Welcome to another installment of this series of short videos that I'm putting out on social media to answer some of the questions from readers about Fragments of Light, my novel that released in July 2020. And I've already answered 3 questions in previous videos. You can find them on my accounts on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm author Michelle Phoenix on Facebook. And today I'd like to answer a question that I've received from several readers actually, asking me why I wanted to delve into cancer survival as part of the modern day contemporary storyline. The answer to that is simple, because I am a 3-time cancer survivor myself. Back in 2008, I was diagnosed with a very rare form of cancer of the sweat duct. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Microcystic adnexal carcinoma. Say that 3 times fast. It was in my cheek. I got it taken care of. You can't see because I have makeup on today, but there's actually a long scar that goes the length of my cheek. Little boys love it. They think that I'm a former pirate when they see that scar. That same year, I discovered that I had breast cancer as well. I had that taken care of, multiple surgeries and treatments afterwards, and I thought that I was good to go. And then about 2.5 years ago, I was diagnosed again with recurrence of breast cancer this time, and again went through multiple surgeries and treatment and all of the ups and downs that come from discovering that it's back and then wondering what your prognosis is and being given really good news followed by really bad news and just wondering what the rest of your life is going to look like. Why did I want to include this in the modern day storyline of Fragments of Light? Because I think that actually we've come a long way, in a good way, with dealing with cancer in society today. We can talk about it more openly. We can say the word breast cancer and not die of mortification at saying the words. Medicine has come a long way, so we talk more openly about prognoses and treatment. All of that is great. But I think we still fail when it comes to talking about and exploring those invisible scars that come from a cancer battle. The scars that not only the sufferer carries with him or with her, the person who has been through it, but those who love that person, what it does to them, how it affects them, their outlook, their emotions, looking into the rest of the life, what the future might hold, right? So that's what I wanted to explore with Fragments of Light, among other things. It is a story that seeks to find what happened to a World War II paratrooper who disappeared shortly after coming back from the war. It is full of humor. It is the brightest love story I have ever written in any of my novels. I hope you agree with me. I loved writing this love story between Celie and Nate. And it also talks about some complicated and difficult things. And I really wanted to explore and give some answers to how a woman who has come through cancer sees herself and her future and the world at large. And what impact did her cancer have on the person closest to her, on the person who loved her most deeply. And that is kind of the impetus for this storyline in the modern day. And it's as she tries to find a zest in life again that we see her trying to look into the past and figure out what happened to this paratrooper, and that's the driving kind of adventure that helps her to understand herself better. I don't want you to think that this is a really dark storyline. There are some hard things in it, but woven throughout it is this golden thread of hope and healing and overcoming and flourishing. So that is where the story points from beginning to end, while telling this beautiful love story between 2 people who were meant for each other, but somehow got sidetracked and wounded by Celie's battle with cancer. I'll be back in a couple weeks to answer a few more questions from readers, but I thought this one was one that I really wanted to address today. Thank you for sending in your questions. And if you haven't yet read Fragments of Light, it's available everywhere. Go to your local bookstore and buy from them if you can. Help them through this pandemic. But I encourage you, I invite you to pick up this book and read about Celie and Nate and beautiful Darlene and Cal and Lise and Sabine back in 1944 France. Thank you for listening.